Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're enjoying this interview so far. Now, this is phenomenal and powerful information Kalpesh Patel is giving you. Now, right now, I invite you to watch a bit of Find Your Purpose and Live Your Life with Passion, because this is what it's all about. So you watch a bit of it right now and you catch us up in the next part of this show, which will be outside, talking about his lifestyle and how he's actually living his dream life. See you very soon.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the conversation with money. Does Warren Buffett know a little bit about money? Yeah. So, you know, for me, I love learning from people that have done it. Learning from people that have already set the blueprint, people that have already produced the results. Now, here's the thing for me. I have made millions and millions and millions of pounds in my life. And I've lost millions and millions and millions of pounds in my life. So far, so good? Yeah. See, I didn't apply that rule. So making money was easy. But holding on to the stuff, keeping it and then growing it and making it turn into something, that was something that I used to grapple with. You with me? Until I started applying certain skills that I learned from the masters, you know, understanding the whole kind of compounding and growing and planting the seeds and turning into infinite returns. And, you know, once you understand those skills, they'll stay with you forever. You can never ever, you know, kind of go wrong once, and they're very basic skills. Everyone here can apply these skills on whatever scale. It doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to be a billionaire to apply them. But what we are going to do today is we're going to talk about billionaire thinking. Is that okay?
Yes.
I love Donald Trump, the way he put it. You know, he's written a book called Think Big. And Donald Trump is Mr. Think Big. See, here's what I want you to get. Most people, when it comes to money, think double, triple, or quadruple digits. Tops, in their everyday language. Most of their transactions in their everyday life are maybe single to double digits. Tops, triple digits on a consistent basis. Does that make sense? Maybe on a monthly basis, they might have 1 or 2 transactions that are 4 digits. What kind of transactions could be 4 digits?
Mortgage.
The mortgage. What else?
Salary.
Salary. Other than that, so I want you to just grasp this, that if the only time you engage and interact with 4-digit numbers is once or twice a month, and that's the biggest number you see on a consistent basis, is it possible that your relationship to numbers is limited by what you experience?
Yes. Yeah.
So what happens is you now get used to that being the highlight, that being the big number deal. The wages come in, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pounds a month. Wow! And then a couple of big numbers go out, and wow, I made some big transactions. But if that's the level of your thinking big, then you are never ever going to win the game of money.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about dreams come true, and it's all about Kalpesh Patel living the dream. And we're out there right now for him to explain to you how he's living that dream. So stay tuned in and listen to him.
You know, we've just been having a little casual conversation with Smora here, and you know, I'm really blessed to have got into this world a reasonably early age in my life. And you know, I'm now 41 years old, and literally I've been living the dream life for a number of years. And when I say the dream life, I'm talking about the aftermath of once you've achieved all the material stuff. And so you go through that phase of, you know, as they say, you know, initially we start off with money being the motive, but once you've got the money handled, you know, a different world opens up. And really, you know, it's a bank holiday Monday. And what's interesting is that for me, every day is a bank holiday Monday. And so, you know, the only difference between me and everyone else today was that everyone else woke up this morning at their leisure. And, you know, for me, that's key. Not to have to go to bed at 10 o'clock because I have to wake up at a certain time the next morning. That kind of rigid structure. Yeah. I'm a night owl. So I'm up till 2, 3 in the morning. Wow. That's my brain ticks at night. Wow. And so that's when I'm getting into gear, and I'm writing and I'm doing stuff during those late hours. So I'd like to have that luxury of not having to worry about what time I have to wake up in the morning. Some people are morning people, but whatever it is, but just to have the luxury of doing what you want when you want, whether you want an afternoon nap because you've done less hours at night, whatever, but just that freedom. And so, you know, yeah, you know, I've got a great lifestyle. I drive a beautiful car, live in a beautiful home. I travel the world. You know, I'm away more than I am here.
Wow.
And you know, it's you know, I mean, this year alone, where are we? We're in August. And August of 2010, I've already had 15 holidays this year.
15 holidays.
So that's more than most people have in 15 years. I've already had in 8 months of 1 year. And so, you know, just to be able to go away for a week here and a week there, and you know, it's a beautiful thing. And why not? You know, none of us know how long we're going to be around. I keep saying that. So, you know, what I say is compressed time, collapsed time frames, produce massive outstanding results in a short space of time. And now do everything that you were going to do over a 50-year time span do it in a short space of time, and really experience everything life has to offer. Get out there, meet people. I'm a real experience junkie. I like to do everything. I want to travel the world. I want to see all the countries. I want to eat all the fruits. I want to meet all the people, experience the cultures. I want to. I've scuba dived and bungee jumped and jumped out of airplanes, and there's really not much. I've gone into caves and just done it all. Climbed mountains. It's like life is there for living. It's for experiencing. Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? It's there. Why would you want to go to your grave thinking about what you could have done and should have done and would have done? Why not just have an intention?
So why? But why are people not doing it, Cap?
Many reasons, and again, it's like we go into this in depth in our events. But for me, the reason I believe that most people don't engage fully in life is, for me, the biggest reason is fear, and it's fear that's built in from a very young age.
Right. And
that fear comes from different conversations we have in our heads about they're scarcity conversations. They're not abundant conversations.
Right.
So they're conversations of lack. The reason I don't have a full bank account is because, and then it's whatever comes after the because. Right. There's a whole bunch of excuses.
Right. Okay.
I'm too old now. I'm too young. I don't know the right information. I don't know the right people. I live in the wrong area. The economy is bad. The politicians are bad. There's always a reason or an excuse why you aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's it's that fear of holding on to what we know versus stepping into the unknown. Holding on to what we know is a lot of excuses and reasons versus stepping into the unknown. Holding on to what we know is a lot of excuses and reasons, but we know it, and so we're secure there.
Right.
Letting go of that and stepping into an unknown and embracing that for a lot of people is scary. Lack of self-esteem, lack of courage, lack of confidence. So really, it's a shame because we rob ourselves of our own life. We're born into this world with everything.
That's right.
And we live as if we have nothing.
Wow. So what would it take for someone to, a lot of people talk about self-belief, but I think it's really a misunderstood concept as well, because of the powers that we have as human beings. To bring that to the surface, what does it take? Because from my experience, you have to pay a price. And the bigger you want that dream of yours, the quicker you want it to come, the bigger the price you pay, or the faster you pay the price.
Yeah.
You as an expert, could you explain to them, because everyone can live the life you're living. That's what I want to get
absolutely.
But what are they supposed to do?
Whatever it takes.
That's a very good one. That's a very good
whatever
one.
it takes. For me, I had no other options. I made a decision and a commitment to succeed at the highest level, no matter what. And you say that there's a price to pay. For me, the price that we pay for success is far smaller than the price we pay for not succeeding.
Wow. So does it mean someone who is not successful, who's not living the dream life, is actually paying a bigger price than someone like yourself?
I promise you this, wherever you are, whichever part of the world, and you're watching this interview, I promise you, it's a lot harder to live without money than it is with. It's a lot harder to live with relationships that don't work than relationships that work.
Wow.
It's a lot harder to live with terrible health than great health. It's a lot harder to live with no energy. No, but really, it's like wherever you are, you're watching this for a reason. Nothing happens by accident. And whether you're watching this because you found it and you attracted it into your life directly or indirectly, where somebody else brought it into play, don't ignore this moment in time. Don't take this moment in time for granted. See, one of two things will happen. You'll watch this interview and you'll dismiss it as just another nice interview, or you'll use something, even if it's one sentence, one action. Success is a choice. It's a result that's produced out of the actions we take, and anyone can change the actions we take. The only reason most people don't have success in relationships and health and finances and spirituality and all the different components, work, whatever it is that they're up to, the only reason they don't have that success is because they haven't committed to it 100%.
Wow.
And it's a nice to have. Well, guess what? Everyone wants to have a nice car. Everyone wants to have a nice house. Everyone wants nice relationships. Everyone wants everything to work. Life doesn't care. Life cares about what you do. Your actions will always speak louder than your thoughts.
Wow. This needs to sink in. Just has to sink in. So ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from Kalpesh Patel. I mean, success really is a choice. I love that because, you know, at the beginning when I was reading success is a choice, I was like, can I really choose success? And as you say, it's when you choose it and commit yourself, it really works. Absolutely. Could you just explain again, just explain a bit about success being a choice, because people watching this from all over the world right now will be saying, wherever you are right now, you can choose to change it. And I want Caps to just give you a short line of how you can change that.
Yeah, sure. You know, for me, the penny drops when you get the distinction of choice. I lost my dad. I was disempowered. I felt sorry for myself, and I became a victim of life, of circumstance, of events. Okay. That was a choice, even though it was subconscious. It wasn't on purpose. Subconsciously, I made a choice. And most people are making choices subconsciously every day of the week, whether you realize it or not. You all, you know, what I say you all, we all make choices every single moment of our life. And the choice you make now impacts the next moment.
Wow.
And once you understand this, you know, and I'm not saying that some choices are easy and difficult and tough and hard, all of that's irrelevant. That's all judgment and opinion. But once you get that all life is a series of choices and actions, and the results that are produced from those choices and actions, well, if you want to produce better results, then you've got to make better choices and take better actions. And right down to simple core things like, you know, the next time your stomach says I'm hungry, don't deliver Coca-Cola and a Mars bar. Deliver a banana and a glass of water.
Wow, that gets you more health.
And it's really simple, but it's as simple as that. It's a choice in that moment, because you know, life is happening all the time.
That's right.
Circumstances happen, things happen that you didn't expect to happen, things that you didn't want to happen consciously, but they happen for whatever reason. And when they happen, the only thing that counts is how you deal with it. Everything else is irrelevant. The only thing that matters when the stuff hits the fan is who are you in the face of that. And that's the practice. The practice and the key for me in living a successful life is that when you get the phone call that you didn't want, or when you get the event that happens in your life that you weren't expecting, or you know, wasn't consciously inviting, you know, when something happens that you really, that hurts, that for whatever reason has come into your life, the ability to, in that moment, let go of your attachment to the feeling that's given to you by the event,
right,
and step into a bigger purpose and realize that whatever it is that's coming your way, it is there for a bigger reason that right now you might not be able to see, but it's there for a reason, and that everything in life happens for a bigger purpose. And when you understand that, then the noise just comes down.
Wow.
The noise of life just, you know, you settle. It's like, it doesn't matter. The drama, the hype, all of that people put into life just dissipates, just falls away, because nothing matters ultimately.
Nothing matters.
Nothing matters.
So what matters? If nothing matters, then nothing matters.
Your ability to understand that.
Yeah.
Your ability to understand that ultimately life is empty. It's meaningless. And you know, from that you can design anything from a blank canvas.